Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm back. Unfortunately, not with Final Fantasy VII like I originally intended to. I'm using my PS4 for streaming, and obviously, PS4 has, well, not the PS4, but certain games have their own settings where certain scenes get blocked and things like that, which I'm not surprised by. There are games that have that. But apparently, when I went to load up my game again, like everything near on the last chapter has pretty much been blocked for whatever reason. And I was looking up different solutions for it, and apparently the only way I can really get around that is through a capture card, and I don't have a capture card, and I can't afford a capture card right now. So, gonna be a bit of a delay on the Final Fantasy VII. I really want to be able to put the game on the stream to finish it up and everything like that, because I mean I don't want to, finish it and not have it finished on my stream. So I decided instead of playing Final Fantasy tonight, at least until I get a solution or figure it out, I'm gonna do part of my new thing called chill gaming, where I just play one of my games that I have on here for an hour or two or whatever, just for a little bit, and see if anyone's entertained or not. Basically, every day I play it will be a little bit different. It'd be just like a different game. Today I felt like playing Odyssey, so we'll play a little bit of Odyssey. I might change it and play something else a little bit later. I do have quite a few other games. I could play some Red Dead Redemption, or I could play some Resident Evil, or something like that. So if you happen to see the video, or leave a comment or whatever, and let me know if you want to see me play a certain game. I'll see if I have it. If I don't have it, obviously I can't play it. But if I do have it, I'll try to see if I can put it on my stream. All right. Let's see. I'm pretty far in to this game. I'm level 58. I know, sorry, level 60. I've been doing a lot of side quests, a lot of running around, a lot of map exploration, things like that. So I'm not near the end game yet. Right now, I think my character's looking for her mom. Uh, what's her face? I can't remember her name now. Cassandra's mom. I can't remember her mom's name for whatever reason. It begins with an M, I think. Been looking for, obviously the different cultist members, things like that. But for now, I'll do the daughters here. Well, let's check the map, see if I can find any of these blue things on the map here. Here we go. Test of Judgment. We'll do that one. And like I said, if you're watching or whatever, if you have an idea of a game, leave it in chat, or if after I post this and you see it on my YouTube, leave a comment there, a like if you could, all that fun stuff. And yeah, and a suggestion for another game that I can play on my chill gaming segment, just in case. But yeah, it really sucks. There's no way to shut off that broadcast restriction or whatever it is. Apparently, it's not a PlayStation thing. It's technically it's a PlayStation thing, but technically it's also a developer thing, where certain games have just that built into certain cinematics or certain segments in their games, where they decide to block content through the PlayStation or whatever. And I was looking up different solutions. There used to be a setting, I guess, in the old ones, where you could take it off there. You can drop the notification for it in notification settings, but there's no way to actually drop the restriction itself, apparently. So that's always fun. From a spoiler point of view, I understand to a point when the game first comes out, maybe for the first month or so. But after that, what would be the point? I mean, you're not really saving anything. It's the game. Everybody's already seen it by then. After the first month, everybody's kind of, not everybody, but most people have already seen it. And obviously, if they're watching your stream, they're gonna see you playing it. But so I guess my next investment is gonna be a capture card if I can get a couple extra bucks together and see if I can't get one of those. I was looking up prices. I guess they range from 100 something. Minimum was like 100 something, which is gonna take a little while for me to actually save up. Because not exactly high-end, high-class living. So but we'll figure something out. And definitely get the end of the game on here. I'll just have to hold off on playing it until I get some way to broadcast it for you guys. Because I don't want to finish it and be like, oh, by the way, you know, I finished it, but hey, I'm going to play it again, or something like that. I don't want to be able to actually run it through the first time on my stream if I can. So yeah, I'll probably try to figure out a few games I can add to my chill gaming segment. I might, after about an hour of this, I might play some Red Dead. I haven't played Red Dead in forever. I haven't even finished the story, and I've been playing Red Dead Online a little bit. Not a huge fan, but it's fun to run around, you know, as a cowboy or whatever, and, you know, do some missions and things like that. I know it fleshed out a little bit more later on, but I know the story is really, really good too. So, yeah, maybe I'll play this for a little bit and then a little bit of Red Dead. I was thinking about playing Resident Evil's bonuses, because I did finish Resident Evil on my stream. So they have these little bonus segments for Ghost Survivors, I think it's called. And, where it plays through alternate scenarios where these characters technically in the game didn't make it, but in their own little ghost segments, I guess they do. It's kind of like a what if scenarios or whatever, which I haven't finished any of those. I've been trying a couple of them, but some of them are like, they're basically trial and error. Like, okay, what does this do? They're limited resources, obviously, because they're not all, you know, not full-length gaming segments. They're about a little half hour to an hour. No, probably about an hour. Yeah, a little over an hour or so each segment or something like that, you know. Like I said, I've only tried a couple of them, but yeah. So yeah, let's try to enjoy a little bit of Assassin's Creed and then see where we go from there.
Misthios, may I trade your time for wealth? You look wiser than the average mercenary. Perhaps you're nearly as wise as Athena herself.
You speak plainly, Auntie.
I speak the truth, Cassandra.
You know me?
Don't pretend to be ignorant of your infamy, Cassandra the Eagle Bearer. I have a series of tasks I thought someone of your reputation could handle. But if you feel you're not up to it...
What kind of tasks?
To begin, I have a test of judgment. Which god is more dangerous, Poseidon or Apollo? The answer lies in a nearby tomb.
This is just a riddle.
Riddles are telling, and rewarding when I give them. Prove your worth to me by going to the graveyard near the sanctuary of Athena and solving it.
Fine. I'll figure out this riddle. Stay hidden if I don't want to fight.
I should take a look.
Oh, that's not even where we need to go. Thought that was part of the, like, there's a tunnel or something, but that's not even where I need to be. If you are wondering what I'm wearing, I actually like fiddling around with the aesthetics, because in this game you can kind of transmog your armor to look however you want. I have been keeping up with the Hades armor, basically. I think I ended up using my Helix game money, whatever it is, and bought the Hades armor. But I have different, obviously different looks to them and everything like that with the eye patch and everything like that. So I decided to get that done. Let me see. Details, toggle headgear. But yeah, I have the Artemis armor on, a couple of Ares pieces. I found these chains on my arm, one of these chain armor and things like that. I figured I'd use that as the picture, as the layer, basically. But yeah, I transmog a lot of my equipment stuff just to kind of make it look the way I want it to. I just keep upgrading the Hades armor just so that I don't have to worry about changing it out. I can just change the look if I find an armor I like the look of. For a while I was wearing the Ares armor, full set of Ares armor, or the look anyway of Ares armor, because I like the way it looked, and I found these chain gauntlets and a couple other pieces that I liked, and I was like, you know what, I'll put that on. Plus she's got like the the red tattoos and things like that, which looks pretty cool. And threw those on my sword. I changed the look of that. Changed the look of my, I think it's a hammer. Is that what I'm using? Yeah, fire hammer. Things like that.
Here lies my father, a simple farmer. A lion tore him to pieces as he brought in his grain. May the gods grant him peace.
Straight into the point.
A golden plate marked with the sun. An offering dedicated to Apollo and his youthful strength. Lions are a golden beast with manes like the sun. Surely they are the favorite of Apollo. Does that make him the more dangerous god?
Well, if you're going by a scientific standpoint, Apollo would have it over Poseidon anyway, because Poseidon mostly deals with the water and stuff like that, whereas Apollo is, well, the sun, which, if it moves anywhere closer to the Earth, could basically just kill all life. But if you're going from a Greek standpoint, the Greek god standpoint, I believe Poseidon has it over Apollo overall.
A model ship as an offering to Poseidon. Clearly someone feared death in the sea. Here lies my brother, a brave man. He was chosen to confront the enemy threatening our village, but his ship sank and sharks feasted on his flesh. What little parts were found, I sealed in this tomb. Sharks are under the command of Poseidon, as are all creatures of the sea. Is he the more dangerous god?
Let me just grab this jar of honey. Don't mind me, Grave Robin. What's this here?
Protect us from teeth that tear and beasts that bite. Sounds like a child's prayer.
You! I know who you are. Athena sent you to kill me.
Why would you
Yep.
think that?
I was to be tried for murder, but a great fire burned up the courts and all the records. I walked free. But lately I've heard Athena in my dreams saying I would meet justice. And here you are.
Well, don't give me a choice. You're right, I'm on a godly mission. No, I'm just fulfilling a contract. Yeah,
Yes,
why not?
I am the emissary of the gods. Cause me trouble, and I'll end your miserable life.
I know what Athena told me. I'll face my death blade first. What the?
Okay.
I've seen all there is to see here. Now to answer that woman's riddle.
Just as a flurry of slashes, and like, alright, on to the riddle. As much as I do like the Assassin's Creed series, these ones, like Odyssey and Origins, they get very grindy after a while, and the enemies turn into these like sponges, like health sponges. They just kind of absorb hits, no matter what you do to them, no matter how like flourishing your hits are or anything like that. Like the one that I killed him with. There are enemies that I fight that have to do that. If I was to do that, I'd have to do it 4, 5, 6 times just to do the right amount of damage. You know, and every time you do the same move over and over and over again, you know, doing all kinds of damage. And I mean, I know they were trying to go for a more RPG-ish feel, which is fine overall. I know they're changing a few things with Valhalla, the new one that's going to be coming out, which I will definitely want to play as well. I mean, I'm a big fan of, you know, Norse gods and Norse mythology and, you know, things like that. I just hope they'll do it a little bit more balanced, because this game, they really do turn into like damage sponges, where you can hit them 1,000 times, and if it's just not the right numbers, you know, or if you're in an area where you're not leveled up enough, it kind of loses that not historical aesthetic, but more realistic aesthetic, because it's, you know, Assassin's Creed, the series started out as more realistic than anything else as far as historically. You know, the original assassin he played, Altair, he could assassinate just about anybody with one hit if you can hide yourself properly. Whereas this game, you can assassinate, sure, or the other game, Origins, you can assassinate, sure, but if you're not a high enough level, you won't kill them in one hit. You might do half damage, half a life damage, or you might do almost dead, you know, whereas with Assassin's Creed and Ezio and Altair and stuff, that hidden blade was, you know, the death knell for everybody, you know, no matter who they were. Yeah, there are some areas where you'd have to play, you know, sword fight a little bit here and there, or if you had a large group of guards, you'd defend them off. But ultimately, if you can get that hidden blade out, you can pretty much hit them and kill them in one hit. You know, I know some people didn't care for the spearhead instead of the hidden blade in this game. I thought it was a neat idea, because being Greek, you know, Spear of Leonidas, it's a pretty cool idea. But yeah, it does kind of suck that they don't have the blade in this one. But again, I don't particularly mind it. I'm not really worried about that in and of itself. I'm more over have an issue with just the idea of leveling in a game where this game is supposed to be a little bit more historic. Yeah, they did pull away with Origins and Odyssey as far as bringing up gods and, you know, things like that. But I don't know. Anyway.
You spent enough time in the graveyard. What did you find?
How did you know I actually went?
I have my ways.
It seems you may have a gift from Mount Olympus.
Perhaps. But I want to know which god you think is more dangerous, Poseidon or Apollo.
Why are you so interested in knowing?
Because I have 2 tasks that require the attention of Amistios. But I can trust the easier task to nearly anybody. I'm going to assign the more dangerous one to you, naturally.
Apollo and lions are more dangerous. Athena is the most dangerous. Poseidon and the sharks are the most dangerous.
Both of those gods may be dangerous. But I met a man who claimed Athena sent me to kill him.
How strange. If she could hear your words, I'm sure the goddess of justice would be amused.
Well, he's dead now, so justice is served. Let's see.
was a
we'll go
farmer
with Apollo.
attacked by a lion while he harvested his crops. An attack by a golden beast under the shining sun. Surely that is the work of Apollo, making him the more dangerous god.
Gold is a seductive danger in many ways. Yes, Apollo is a sensible choice.
I'm glad you agree.
You've wisely considered the subject. I approve. Take this. It's for your judgment.
You ask for my judgment, but you seem to be judging me.
Am I? Consider this. Lions don't usually eat farmers unprovoked.
So you think something is pushing the lions to behave strangely?
I'm sure you could find out what that is and help the locals with their lion problem. You'll find them in Argolis, east of the Hypermnestra camp.
I'll see what I can do.
I just don't feel like fighting sharks. Sharks are annoying to fight. They take less hits, but it's just, well, not less hits, but they're not that hard to kill. It's annoying to get the aiming right when you're underwater. They don't really let you lock on as easily. And they move, obviously you move slower and everything like that, so it makes it a lot harder to kind of get your bearings. So I'd rather kill a few lions if I had the choice.
This area will be well defended.
Cave of Pan. That point at? Oh, it's down there. Alright, well, I'll do the mission first before I get that. That's the other thing. There's a lot more to the map. There's a lot more to the world in this game, so getting all the fast travel points is a lot more work than the other games where you're just in the city and you found the areas and all that. And you maybe, I don't know, a few different ones to find. This one's got a lot more spread out areas to run around in. Although the lack of fall damage is pretty convenient. I don't mind the eagle as a little living drone there, so you can check out items, check out enemies, things like that. I don't mind that so much. The only thing I don't really, the only other thing I don't really care for as much is the amount of loot you get in this game is not overwhelming, but exhausting. You know, if you hit that little up arrow up on the D-pad, you get that little ping, radar ping. Like all Greeks, as everybody knows, that all Greek people have that little radar ping. They just think real hard and they can kind of find all kinds of things. But I didn't really care for all the loot that they made. I'm not a looter shooter type person. I'm really not. I don't mind upgrading. I don't mind getting stuff that's better. But I don't want to play a game just to find some new item. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons I didn't care for playing MMOs as much as like World of Warcraft and things like that. Because it's just like, okay, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to fight this one boss 20 times to maybe get this one item that might maybe turn into this other item that I might maybe be able to use in another raid or something like that. You know, it's too many maybes. It's RNG is not my friend. So RNG just doesn't do me any favors. So it's just you know. But Anyway, let's go talk to this
We
lady.
don't get many Mistios around here. What's your business with us?
I'm here to take care of your lion problem.
How do you know about the curse of beasts?
When you are cursed to face the fiercest beasts the gods can create, it's my destiny to intervene.
Then thank the gods you've come to help us.
Tell me more about this curse.
It's horrible. Lions have been attacking our village, slaughtering livestock and ruining food stores. And then, one of them killed my nephew. The lion ran away, a leg hanging from his jaw. It's nearly indescribable.
Strange that it didn't eat the man whole right there.
You have the cold reason of Athena to notice that. The lions are swimming all the way from Aegina Island to attack us. No one dares set out fishing nets anymore.
I'll track down these beasts for you.
Thank you. May the gods let you remove the curse on us.
She just said the lions were swimming. Lions, I mean, I'm sure they can swim, but I don't think they would swim across the sea to attack people. That does not track. Swim across the sea to attack you. That doesn't. I've never heard of a lion swimming across a body of water. I mean, then again, I don't study lions, so maybe they do, and I just didn't know. But I've never heard of that story, of a story of lions swimming across the sea to attack people. I don't know. Let me go get this now that I'm already over there. So I got access to it now. And synchronization points like these, they've almost become arbitrary in a way. I mean, they're good for fast traveling, but other than that, they don't really offer anything. You know, the old games they had, you know, the whole Fog of War revealing the map, you know, that kind of stuff. This game, you have the whole map, it's just there, and there's some grayed out areas if you haven't been there yet, but once you get to an area, it pretty much shows up. You know, they even show little waypoints and things on the map, and I mean, you know, I'm happy I don't have to collect feathers, but yeah, there's a lot of other stuff on this map. So I'm hoping they kind of dial that back a little bit for the Valhalla game, in so much that it's more about the story and the, you know, and things instead of the collectibles and little side quests and things like that. I mean, there is a couple of really cool ideas they came up with from what I've seen on the video reviews. You know, things like customizing your own Vikings or you know, Norsemen, things like that. You know, you can send your custom Norse guy to other players, I guess, in a way. They can use them to fight in their army or something like that, which is kind of a cool idea as well. Almost like a Dragon's Dogma type idea, where the pawns of Dragon's Dogma, you can customize those and have other people use them. Kind of a similar idea to that. I'm not sure how it's going to fit lore-wise, or if it's just saying, oh, there are other tribes and, you know, other groups of people that we can help. You know, send some of your men over there, and you can have that character that you create be the quote-unquote leader of that group, or something like that. But being able to play Norse guy, that'd be pretty cool. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I think my ship is disintegrating. Ah! Okay. Make a swim for it. Is there a dock somewhere nearby? Sink point. No, there's no dock nearby, so... Although I am going to the island, so maybe that's why. Go there. There's the dock right there, and take my ship. I'll do that. Just easier that way. Yeah, the new one sounds pretty good. I'm hoping it'll be more, like I said, more story driven. I like the open world. I like being able to run around and be my own character. There's I guess a village editing mode, not editing mode, but a village building mode, where you can kind of build, build up on your town or whatever that you move into. Because obviously there's two different maps. Not two different maps, but two different countries you're able to go to so far, the Norway and England, and there's a few different castles and cities and things like that. And I think the first town that you establish, you can customize as far as buildings and things like that. So I'm hoping that'll be fun. I'm hoping it'll be, you can play either male or female, depending on how you want to play. I'll probably play a male just so I can see what kind of beards, see what kind of beard options there are, and tattoo options, things like that. But I wouldn't mind being a shield maiden or a Valkyrie or whatever. It'd be pretty cool. But another thing I'm gonna have to get a hold of, like I said, I'm gonna have to get a capture card at some point here if I'm gonna be able to play or post videos of games, even with restricted content or whatever. I honestly don't know. Like I said, I understand why the first month restricted content's a good idea for spoiler purposes, but after that, they really should lift those on games that are over a month old, because if you don't want to see something on a game, you can just not watch it. A lot of people are like, I don't want to be spoiled. Well, then just don't watch the video, or don't read the article or whatever. Me, I don't care about spoilers. It doesn't bother. It won't deter me from playing a game. If I want to play a game, I'll play a game. Spoilers or no. Spoiler or no, I'll play a game either way. Even if I knew this whole game, or the whole story behind this game, which I already do, but even if I already knew the whole story behind Valhalla or Ghost of Tsushima or anything like that, I'll still get the game. I'll still play the game. It really doesn't bother me. I mean, and I do understand the mentality, but it doesn't bother me in the least, honestly. Oh, I took the wrong dock. Oh well. Up and around to the left.
Keep a watch for any enemy vessels.
Nice little Hydra ship, as you can normally tell. No, I got the River Styx pack there, or whatever it is, where I got Charon on my ship, and the River Styx boat there. What is it called? I gotta look it up. The skin for my ship, what is it? I got okay, so I got the Daughters of Artemis for my crew, Reaper figurehead, and the Last Ferry, that's what it was. And that covers, so I got Charon, Crichton the Untrustworthy, and Greasy Psyche for my lieutenants, or lieutenants, depending on where you're from. Still working on getting the resources to fully max out my ship. I still don't have enough for that, because I just haven't been able to accrue that much resources. I mean, I do buy them obviously here and there, and I have been able to keep up, but I just gotta, there's a lot to it in these last few upgrades. But I've almost got the whole cultist group done. I got a few, 1, 2 over here, 3, 5, 7, 10, 11. So I got 11 for the outer circle, and then 4, 5 for the inner circle. And then of course we got Deimos and the main Ghost of Cosmos. So. Get the oars out! And as unpopular as the opinion is, I actually don't mind the modern stuff in these games. I like the idea of it, rather, I should say. It wasn't all that great in execution, but I do like the idea of it. I like the, going as the Animus, going, into a virtual world and things like that. It was expanding, and they were really expanding on it relatively well in the first two games. Then they got rid of Desmond, and they kind of dropped off. They did the first-person thing for, I think it was the Black Flag, or what was it? Not Black Flag. Anyway, they changed it up
From a recent kill.
for the newer ones, and it's changed with this one too, although Valhalla is sticking to the same character, the lady that's the main character in this one.
But
Yeah.
who was here to make this? No, no! Fire!
You're on
out!
fire. Stop it.
Footprints. Someone else is alive on this god-forsaken island. Someone's living here. I should speak with them. What are you doing here? This island is dangerous.
Dangerous for you, maybe. My brothers will take care of me.
Your brothers? You mean the lions?
Yes. Once we hunted together. Now that I'm sick, they hunt and bring me meat. When my strength returns, I will rejoin them. I'm nearly well enough now.
The lions are attacking the villagers across the water. Their leader sent me here. Do you understand what those beasts are doing?
Lions do what they must. Though I suppose if I was better, they wouldn't need to hunt for me. Some olive tree bark should make a good medicine.
Technically, if he's dead, the lions won't have to go over there. I mean, why? I'm thinking about this way too much. Why would the lions, one, listen to him at all, and two, just not eat him? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever.
These lions aren't the monsters. It's you. And since those villagers can't wait for the gods to punish you, I will do so in their place.
See what I mean? This guy was dying, and now he's all of a sudden up and ready to fight. He didn't die, by the way, from that. It would be cool to have that lion head helmet thing. Where are the lions anyway? On the treasure chest. Where are the lions? I see person. A fileman, whatever that is. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Could be filet man or whatever. But I don't see any lions on this island at all. Oh, are you a cultist or something? Stab, stab. Lynx on the island, but I still don't see any lions at all. Maybe they would have showed up if I decided to kill the lions. But anyway. Again, why the lions would swim across the water just to eat, just to bring him food when they could simply just eat him for food. There's plenty of food on the islands. So, I don't know. Faster. Oop.
Until the commander's return.
Your curse is over. Those lions were killing to feed the human master. With him gone, they should return to normal and leave you alone.
A human master? I never would have thought. You've done us a great service. Here, take this.
Thank you. Time to return to that strange woman and tell her what happened here.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's not worth it running all the way back either. You know, you're running around and you have to return to a quest and you're just like, well, where's the nearest fast travel point? You know, we don't want to have to run all the way up there, and, which it kind of takes away from the immersion of the game. I don't mind the fast travel, but it does kind of take away from the whole exploration thing. They're just going to give you so many vast spaces to travel and a bunch of, you know, fast travel points.
We've spotted some salvage!
I don't think you can fast travel on the boat, but I thought you could go from docks. If you're on the ship, you could go to docks through fast traveling, but oh well. Not a big deal. Boat travels faster. So yeah, I'll turn in this quest and then I'll hop on Red Dead for a little while. Basically, just want to play a little bit of a game here and there. If I'm enjoying it a lot, I'll play it for a while. If I feel like playing something different, I'll just hop on something different. Right now, I feel like playing a little bit of Red Dead, so I'm gonna hop onto that after I turn in this quest. Play that for a little bit because I really haven't gotten past, I think, chapter 2 on that game. Mostly because I was trying to get as much as I can. You know, you run around the area there, and you're trying to. There's a lot of like collectibles and things like that. You know, I was trying to get as much as I can. I think I've gotten just about everything in that chapter. I'm not entirely sure, but what I'll do is I'll run around, do a couple quests here and there, do a couple things and see what's there. But let me turn this in and see where I'm at. I know I'm really early in the game though.
I need to stay hidden.
Don't mind me.
Lions won't trouble that village anymore.
I had nearly no doubt you could do that. My question is, how did you judge best to solve their problem?
I killed the man the lions were hunting for. Now that he's gone, they should go back to their lives as beasts and leave the people alone.
A bloodthirsty response worthy of one who wants to be the head of their own pride. Why do you believe that would help the villagers?
My decisions are right because I say so. Let's see. Do my best and hope I decided correctly.
I am
why
the
not?
Eagle Bearer, heir of Leonidas. What I decide is right. Let the gods confront me themselves if what I do is wrong.
Ah,
Why
yes.
not, right?
I believe I understand you better.
What's to understand?
Everything in this world is worth understanding. A reward for demonstrating your wisdom.
Thank you. Is that all you want?
Not if you wish to enrich yourself further. You have already faced an island full of lions. Would you discover the secrets of an island wreathed in fire and smoke?
I'll see the truth of this island.
Good. You're very nearly impressing me.
Oh, really? I should be impressed.
I would like to send you to an island of smoke and flame, but an associate of mine still has my key to the vault within. Without it, your trip would be in vain.
Are they as strange as you?
That's nearly amusing. My associate lives in the graveyard you visited for me earlier. He lives as a hermit. He'll have time to talk, even to you.
I'll go reclaim your key.
See the one sitting in front of the gravestone? There's that one guy in the cinematic that was kind of sitting there. Didn't say anything, didn't notice anything. What are you doing? Up. There we go. Wonder if it's that volcano island. I've been quite a few places, obviously, you know, being level 60, I've been quite a few places. I'm assuming they're probably talking about Anaphi. I think that's where the, yeah, Ash Hills is a bunch of, you know, I'm assuming they're probably talking about volcanic islands somewhere. Well, anyway, I'm gonna hop on to Red Dead for a bit. Play this later. That's my Assassin's Creed character. I'll show you my abilities I have set just before I hop off here. Hold on. Nope, this one. So I got, rapid fire, devastating shot. I don't use the bow and arrow as much. I do once in a while, not nearly that often. I do the Beastmaster because I like having pets every now and then. Mostly I use Hero Strike. What's the other ones I use? I like the kick every now and then the Fury of the Bloodline. I haven't even used any of the master abilities. I don't. They're not really all that great, honestly. I mean, they're useful, but not really something I'm going to end up using very often, so I just don't bother usually. What else? I think I have all my weapons updated to level 60. Level 60, level 60, 60. Level 60s. Yep, everything level 60. Even my little unicorn horse there. I don't know, he's not really leveled anything, but yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's my Assassin's Creed character or Odyssey. I'll put that there, and I'm going to hop onto Red Dead. I'm not going to break right here. I'm just going to hop right onto it. I'll exit out of this. I know it blocks that or whatever anyway, so you'll just have to